Good Wednesday morning. Welcome to Today in Alabama. I'm Jed Davis.
And I'm Jasmine Williams. Thanks so much for joining us. An important alert and a reminder this morning. Did you know that you can text 911 if you have an emergency and you can't talk on the phone?
This morning, the Alabama 911 board wants everyone to know that this is an option. WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis joins us live this morning in the studio. Bethany, this is an important feature and it really could be a lifesaver.
Yeah, it is important to remember that calling 911 is still the best way to get the fastest help. But if you do find yourself in an emergency situation where you don't feel safe to speak out loud, or maybe you're unable to speak, well, texting can be a really useful and important tool. This is Laura Earhart, by the way, with the Alabama 911 board. Talk a little bit about when texting 911 is a good or a better option.
Like you said, calling first is best, but if you can't, texting is great in a situation in which you are in danger or cannot communicate verbally. An example would be if you were abducted, or you may be in your home and you think someone is in your home and you don't want to alert the perpetrator to the fact that you're contacting 911 or your location. So texting is a great option for that. Another great option is, another reason is accessibility. There are people who have difficulty communicating verbally, so they should utilize this service when they need to. That's a great reason. And lastly, language translation services. There are a few more options in the text platform, and so there's an option to have that rather than conferencing in a language translator.
So when we're trying to decide when it's best to call or text 911, what are some things we should keep in mind, things to consider when making that decision?
Sure. It's really simple. You think about if there's a threat to life or property. So we at the board fully support and believe that if you see something, say something, or better safe than sorry. So if you're unsure of it being what you would consider or we would consider an emergency, contact 911 regardless and let the telecommunicators help decide.
That's a good piece of advice. What is it that we could do better, or what does the Alabama 911 board want us to understand a little bit better about reporting emergencies, just in general?
Well, firstly, it's really important to know not to hang up when you call 911. So if you continuously call and disconnect, that creates a lot of extra work and confusion in the center. It could potentially delay a response. And the routing and the service that is built into the 911 network that is provided by the state board is the Alabama Next Generation Emergency Network, ANGEN, and that is built based around the staffing, the center's operations, and who their backup is. So it's all done for a specific reason. So to think, don't hang up, don't disconnect, and then call back.
That's good. Good advice. And we do know this is not a new feature. The texting feature has been around for a few years. You just feel like more people need to be aware of that.
Absolutely. There has been I've seen a lot of people who are unaware of that and could really use it in a time of need. Again, it's available statewide since January of 2022. This is not in all states, so this is somewhat Alabama specific, but it's always best to call first. So call when you can, but text when you can't.
Yeah, and texting 911 is pretty easy. It's really just like texting anybody else.
Yes.
You just type 911 into that field or the recipient field of your texting app, and then make sure you include your location and what type of emergency you have. Hit the send button. It's just that simple, guys.
Could I just add one quick thing? So while this is Mental Health Awareness Month, just to make people aware, you can also text 988 for mental health resources. 988 and 911 work together to provide the resources in emergency events that may not require police, fire, or medical, but they may need mental health resources. And so those telecommunicators in both centers work together. So just a reminder that you can also text 988 for mental health resources.
That's a great reminder. 988, by the way, is a nationwide hotline that is available 24/7. It's a mental health crisis hotline that you can call, dial, text 988 anytime as well.
All right, Bethany, and again, she said you can text 911. That is available everywhere in our state.